Yo, 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 welcome to Crate 808 and another review coming up for you. A brilliant album, one of my favourites of the year already, Cities Aviv, Man Plays the Horn. Just what an incredible piece of work. But in this episode, we do have some hate for it by, obviously, Raymond Ridge. You know what he's like, all of you regulars. But yes, catch that album, go check it out. Let us know what you think to the album in the comments, and hopefully we can read some of these out on the show. And yes, hit like, hit subscribe, and let's get into it. Boom. Let's go into one of my choices then, and then we'll go back into yours, Ray, and we will finish this in 2 hours, I promise you. Right, let's start off with, right, I know Ray hates this because I could hear he could hate it, but bear with me, Ray, whilst I just break down this album quickly for the listeners. If people haven't heard it, if people haven't heard of an artist called Cities Aviv, now Cities Aviv has been around for a minute. He has done an accomplished back catalogue of just crazy shit. We talked about JPEG Mafia briefly on this podcast. Me and James are fans of JPEG Mafia, and I remember first hearing Cities Aviv, and I, for some reason, couldn't stop twinning the two in my mind back in, I think I first heard Cities Aviv maybe 2 years ago, something like that, and I've not really been attached to his music. I like it, it's good, but it's not like, I don't know, other people that I'm listening to out there, like, I don't know, others that have come out and where I've really
Flow Rider
under my skin.
Yeah.
Flow Rider, exactly. Who have got under my skin. Now, Man Plays the Horn is actually so under my skin, I think it could be a masterpiece.
You're a fucking dickhead. You are such a fucking dickhead. Jesus fucking Christ.
I asked him for a bit of time. He has not given it me. That's fine. But there's something about this album, and I don't even know if I can really vocalize why it's got, because it is one of them albums that it's a long album. First of all, it's probably over 80 minutes, I thought, but it's got so much to it that I love, which is a variety. It's massively varied, but sticks to probably his main theme, which is, I feel like he's making a statement of fucking, this is the music I've loved, and this is my take on the music I've loved growing up. Yo, 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 quick reminder, if you're enjoying the show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you'll be kept up to date with all that we're doing. And also, man, get involved in the YouTube comments. Man, we love hearing from you fellow hip-hop heads. We love nerding out, so bring those takes and just bring that flavour, man, and we might even shout you out on the show. So yes, appreciate all the support. Now, back to the episode. So, massive celebration of music, which I love. Like, he's completely made it his own as well. It's different to just someone sounding a bit more like Dilla because they love Dilla, sounding a bit more like old school soul because they love old school soul. He's taking old school soul, he's taking old school vocals, funk, groove, shit like that, and there's some glitchy shit that you can tell he's loved people like Death Grips, people like JPEG Mafia, that ilk, Injury Reserve, and he has made a complete identity of this artist. I probably wouldn't have known that much. I feel like I know him hearing this album. That is one of the most powerful musical statements I've heard this year. It's a standout album, as in this year. And I didn't even expect it. I have a big listening list, so I will listen to them at work and when I'm cooking and whatever. And, there are a few albums that stick out where I'm like, oh yeah, this is one of them, which was like, I talked about AJ Suede and oh my God, some Metatron's Cube. I can't fucking remember what it's called now, but Metatron's Cube, that was a standout this year. And to have another one come within a month or two of it, fuck me. It just goes, this album can go off the rails.
What was that album again you was just saying?
Metatron's Cube by AJ Suede. And
sounds like you're something on a hip hop name generator. That is.
It's brilliant. I talked about it on the last show. I love that album. But big up to those guys, Televangel as well. And I think there's something in this album that, because it's teetering on going off the rails numerous times, I feel like I'm probably going to switch this when I first heard it, that he somehow manages to keep it on that precipice for the whole album. And that is a hard skill to do. I want to talk about a few tracks, but before I do talk about those tracks, Ray, get it out of the way. Why do you hate this album?
It's an album full of 1 minute tunes. Oh, then there's a 12-minute tune. There's there's
Oh, it's not 80 minutes long.
it's like I thought this was a joke. I thought this was a fucking joke to get me angry. Honestly, there's nothing.
Why? Because
there's all the lyrics, if any, are recorded too low with loads of echo, and it's like like he's saying, "Oh, look at me, I'm so unconventional. I don't want you to actually be able to hear what I'm saying. And if you can hear what I'm saying, it's fucking dog shit anyway." Blues Traveler is something you should have sampled and put a beat over, but they haven't. They just chucked the loop on, and then are you going to put? You're going to drop a sick verse on this, right? Yeah. No. We'll just leave it. Just leave it as is. It's fine.
Yeah.
What? No beats and no lyrics. Oh my god. Yeah. It's so fucking like. It's like what are you doing? Why are you wasting my time? What are we here for? It feels like an unfinished album. It's just pointless. Like Mace Man is literally just noise. There's not even music. It's literally just noise. This
is the thing.
Tragedy Theatre, no drums, Cinema Club. It's like Ross from Friends having an epileptic fit on the keyboard and Phoebe wrote the lyrics. And that's such a really cheesy kind of reference. Yeah, that's exactly what the fucking album deserves. Just like a fucking throwaway Friends reference. Like it's just fuck it. It's just Smoke of a Bright Day.
His eyes are really
Smoke of a Bright Day. There's a 12-minute track of non-hip hop, just nothing, and then what is it? Ecstasy Rain, just random noises, and not in a way that like, oh wow, what was he trying to say with this? Wait, give it a minute. Wow, this is about to. No, it's like someone fucking just. It's like he's not put any effort in. It just sounds like it's just. No, I've said enough. It's fine. I don't want to be.
It's one of the most curated albums I've heard. But this is the.
I don't think you know what curated means.
This isn't Ray's. Bad,
it's not hip hop,
as we can tell.
It's barely music. Is what it is.
It is hip hop. If anyone is listening, it is definitely hip hop. Ray's version of hip hop is a very different version of hip hop because that's basically discounting out all the other artists I've just talked about, which are hip hop. James, before I go into some of these tracks, I will retort to Ray's retorts, but I want to bring you in case you have heard it. Have you heard this album?
Before I do that, just two thoughts. I just imagined all of the artists over the history of Crate 808 that Ray said. That's not even hip hop. I just like him face to face in a line going past each of them going, "You're not hip hop.
No hip hop.
You're not hip hop.
No hip hop. No hip hop." When Cities Aviv come on, if I get Cities Aviv on here, let's hope he doesn't listen to this. If you are listening to this Cities Aviv, that's one point of view. I'm going to bring the other point of view.
That's why Ray's never allowed to do interviews with Cam.
Oh God, Jesus Christ! I couldn't even.
The second thing,
although he sounds like a really interesting bloke. But go on.
Yeah, the second thing I thought about as you were talking about this is like I'm genuinely irritated by this album, and you know why? Because you bought it and it's really upset Ray, and that's usually my game. That's why I'm.
You've got time. You've got another 7 months at least to be able to do that for Ray. So this is your bar. Can you get him as angry as I have?
I think you're going to win this year. Usually it's me who wins, but I think you're going to win.
I'm going to put this in prosperity.
His eyes, you know that Ray's angry when he's looking at his monitor off to the side, and his eyes are just like popping out of his head like that.
There were lasers, there was smoke.
Yeah.
But go on. But that's fair enough. That's fair.
Yeah, you only told us about this album last week, and it's fucking long album, so I've only given it one listen through and then listened to a few tracks off of it. So I don't have much to say other than I'm here for this. I'm enjoying this. This is good. This might be. I know you're probably. It sounds like you're going to bring it as your album of the year, but I'm enjoying this a lot. And like you say, it's a bit like JPEG Matthew with his weirdo edges taken off in terms of the vocals, but then added on in terms of the sort of tracks and stuff, where it's quite odd at times. But yeah,
it's a lot to take in.
It reminds me of Pink Sifu, but like with less. Pink Sifu on previous albums has got quite a nice like jazz hip hop style, whereas this doesn't have it. So I'm not sure everyone's going to like it as much as those two. But so far, my first listen, I was like, oh, thanks, Cam. Good, I'm enjoying this. It's kind of my kind of thing. Bit interesting, bit different. Like layers to it that I'm looking forward to sort of listen to. It's way too long, but you know, I'm here for this.
This is what I thought when I first heard it. Again, long albums. Unfortunately, it is a bit of a sigh, isn't it? So that's why Magic was so good. It's because it packs so much into so little. But honestly, I think it needs to be this long. And
No, it doesn't. Nothing ever does. The fucking arrogance of having, I'm going to put out a 3-hour album and expect people to fucking have the time of day to listen to it when you're not.
No, but it's
you
not
haven't. There's nothing there.
He's a working artist. He's a working artist, right? So he's independent. So first of all, it's not arrogant to put something out, and if people buy it, they buy it. Like, he's not just going. The point is, you don't see any value in it, right? I think there's value in every single song. So the point is, there's no middle ground between me and you, Ray. But that's the point, isn't it? That he has a targeted fan base that love it and feel like this whole album probably is. Again, let us know what you guys think to the actual length of it. But fuck the length. I think it needs to be, because there's so much to fucking say about what he's trying to. And Ray's like, oh, you're just making it up. Just making it up. I always feel like, art is that. Once it's out there, it is to be made up theories about. That's the whole point of art. It's not to be, he wasn't thinking that. It doesn't fucking matter what he was thinking. It matters what we think when it's out. So now it's out. When I hear Blues Traveller, I know you don't like that. The glitchy, distorted, his whole approach has this approach to soul sampling, to a core part of hip hop, right? He's an extension of Jay Dilla, Madlib, DJ Shadow, people like that who have tinkered and gone into, like, I'm sure there are people in 1999 listening to DJ Shadow's introducing, doing what Ray just said. This isn't hip hop. There's no rapping on it, because people weren't used to what that was. Now we obviously know it is a pillar of hip hop, just like Donuts is, just like the Beat Conductor series is. Those moments, they don't
all
need to have drums
with rappers on them.
Yeah, but that's different. That's up to what I like about it is his rapping is. I know you don't like this kind of rapping anyway, rap forever kind of thing. We've talked about this before on the pod, but I think if you can take jazz, soul, funk, everything that makes hip hop production great anyway, and put it through your Cities Aviv's filter, and at the same time, I don't know how. Maybe it is that kind of just distorted lo-fi feel to it all, that he's made it retrograde and futuristic. And it's a small, like, evolutionary step in hip hop. Like, he's not the only one that's done this. Like you said, Pink Sifu's doing stuff like this. We talked about JPEG as well. Those people are doing this. So this kind of little microcosm of where hip hop could go, it's really fascinating to me. It should be celebrated.
You can't just do a beat with a sample, some scratching, and rapping on the top every time. I know you could, right? I'm not talking to you here. No, I'm not talking to you. Yes, you can. No.
And when you do it perfectly, because it's rarely done beautifully. So when just follow those rules, but do it well. He's not able to.
Obviously, beauty being subjective, beauty being abstract.
This is participation trophy mentality. Oh, everyone can do it.
Stop saying that. Stop saying that. It's such a reductive argument.
Cam.
That's putting your value system onto everyone else's value system. Just because you think participation.
Yes, exactly. What else am I going to do? Use your value system.
Be a bit more open-minded and accommodating and empathetic to other people's value systems? No, I don't know. No. Isn't that what human is?
Why would I?
Because that's what human is. That's what being human is. That's how we've grown. We haven't just gone caveman mentality. This is what we do.
Clip this shit.
Grown.
Clip this. This is a summation of the podcast.
No, but that's the problem. We do go round in circles, and I hope we don't keep going round.
No, but that's it. You've summed it all up. You like to be open-minded to other people's ideas and views, and Ray doesn't. And that's it. Clip that, and then I sit on the outside.
Exactly.
And then you love it with your popcorn. How come I'm James this episode? This is ridiculous. I'm usually the one in the middle. We've not even got to my other one.
If everyone thought like Ray, hip hop wouldn't exist. We'd still be playing harp music in a big ornate French like chateau. That's what, because no one would ever change music. We'd all be like, the Morris dancing still. You've got to change music sometimes, Ray. You can't just stick with the same thing.
Maybe this is all going to come to a head, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many times we can go round this same merry-go-round every episode. So I think at some point this might have to come to a head, but not right now, because I need to talk about Bolt Thrower.
Let's get Crooked Eye on. Let's get Crooked Eye on and let him decide who's right.
Yes, there you go. I have had Crooked Eye on. It's been great, hasn't he, on the pod? It was great. It was amazing. Go check that podcast out. That was amazing. That episode was amazing. Bolt Thrower. You talk about man plays the fucking horn. The fucking horns on there are sirens, soul sirens. Like, just fucking massive. Like I said, it feels like a celebration of the music that he's been brought up in, and just that really singular way of doing it. It was just amazing. I love that. Black Pleasure, that's another one, which is this fierce identity. I was like, you know, when you don't know someone and then they've just stamped, this is who I am, this is what I love. And it's just poured into every track. And that tone of this album, and this track in particular, Black Pleasure, it unravels into this like kind of singing and then collapses as well. And you're kind of like this, and then there's this weird elongated tone throughout the whole song as well, which is like really urgent but odd. And again, it's odd. It's odd, but kind of, yeah, I just can't stop listening to it. Everything working on natural time. Twisted vocals on there are incredible. How the vocal slowly reveals that xylophone, and you know I love xylophone playlist. Let's go. All these bells and stuff like that on there. And yeah, his rapping, I know you don't like the rapping, I thought it sounded, there are earworms, again, that stick to me. Maybe not as much as Mac, but they're still there. Love Me For Me is the time we on has been something I've just been like a little mantra in my head where I'm like, that's the 2022 energy I need. Love Me For Me. Is the time we on. Yeah.
Oh, but you won't love Me For Me. Oh, fine.
No, but I do.
Yeah,
that's the point. I do.
You missed out. We do love you. For
that's the difference. That's the difference. I do love you. That's the problem.
Do you love us, Ray?
Cinema.
Fuck you.
Cinema Club. Cinema Club is another one. It fucking rhymed like TikTok movies. The Sun, the Moon, the Spa, that's fucking joyous. The beat switch on that is unreal. No, I need to just break down.
No, I was just going to say, you just got to acknowledge a little bit that it's not going to be for everyone. It's a little bit. It can veer into I'm very deep territory. I
don't think he does it on this. I don't think
it's good though. It's good. I'm gonna enjoy this one over the course of the year. It is good.
Okay.
But yeah. Sorry.
All right. Well, let's go back into the comments before we jump into the next one. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, right. So we've done the rappity rap thing. Joel Ortiz did a song about his kids using devices too much, and it might be the most dad song of all time, says Osman. I didn't even know that. That's brilliant. I need to hear that track. That sounds amazing.
You should do a playlist of that, because you could put in like J. Cole's doing laundry. That one, a dad. Yeah. Why haven't you done that? That seems like
I've got some great dad rap.
You should do a dad rap playlist. Yeah,
Little Brother have got some great dad rap tracks. Fucking obviously Atmosphere have, but yeah. Fahim by Brother Ali, love that. It's my favourite dad rap. Oh, The Foundation by Exhibit. Let's go, dad rap. Let's go.
Will Smith, just two of us.
Will Smith, just the two of us.
Story of Adidon. It's a good. No, maybe not. No, not that one.
Absentee dads, yeah. Jesus. Ninja Rose, any of you guys heard Napoleon the Legend? Napoleon the Legend's the guy that we talked about, isn't it? With the oh no, is that someone else? Maybe
that's another made-up name generator. I think so. He's gone to a Napoleon the Legend. That's not a real rapper.
I thought it was Thingy. I thought it was the guy who did the football references. Maybe that's someone different. I think it might be someone different. Free Music Empire loves Cities Aviv. 2 12-minute instrumental tracks is too much for me. That's 24 minutes on 2 songs and no rapping bugs me. So he feels you. Watching Ray vent like this almost calms me down in a weird way. Says Ninja Rose.
He's absorbing everyone's negative vibes.
Yeah. Free Music, Pink Sifu has more of a conventional flow or capability of it. Yeah, fair play. Nick Sheffield, really want to listen to Cities Aviv now based on Ray's reaction. Ray, never change. Not that you can. Also, love Jay's idea of Ray meeting all rappers that he thinks are hip hop in a line and telling them that. Definitely would watch that. There's Patreon.
I don't think he'd do it. I don't think he had the balls to do it. There's no way.
Look, it's not something that's ever going to happen, so I can happily say, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll definitely do it. But it's not about it's like I support the idea of anyone making art and doing hip hop, and this guy Cities Aviv is out there making his music, being completely honest, doing what he does, and I support that fully. I don't like it. I'm never fucking listening to the cunt again. But
just hip hop. You do see it as hip hop, though.
Nah,
no, God,
it's not.
God, don't do it.
It's not hip hop.
Don't accept it. Don't accept it. Yeah, I think you have to have a narrow definition of it to really appreciate the most beautiful stuff. You can't just be like, oh, everything.
I'm gonna do a sound. You know, we have one for where every time there's a reference. That what was it again? Who are the people?
Demigods, yeah, demigods.
The demigod.
I've been watching them put anything out in a while, so
which in itself is a reference. So demigods. I need another sound effect for let's get off this merry-go-round. Let's get off this. Is it hip-hop? Isn't it hip-hop? We need one. They'll go beep.
Only,
right, okay, we're off now.
Only if you give us one for when you're just saying track names.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Let's do that. Okay. But then if you've heard the album, you'd like to know the tracks and why I like them, right?
No, a little bit.
A little bit.
They literally were aligned.
Just a little bit.
I didn't have much time. Man, there you go. What a chat. It got heated. But yes, hope you enjoyed that. Crate808.com. Sign up for all great interviews. We just had Sendog on. We've had Eric Bobo from Cypress Hill. We've had a few legends on, but we're also doing more and more reviews. So before you go, if you want some Conway or some Benny reviews, they are in the canon. Go check them out. And yes, we shall catch you soon. Boom.